Love 15.
Raducanu, so solid from the baseline, but certainly not a player who comes forward too often to play a traditional volley. You see her sometimes throw in the drive volley.
Early move from Jack Draper.
Love 13.
In terms of Jack's doubles record, it's pretty limited.
Yeah, there's not much going on there.
It's only the second time, in fact, that he's playing doubles at a major. The last time was Wimbledon in 2019, where he was with Paul Jupp. Of course, he's a very close friend.
Love 14.
Just on Jack's positioning there, I'm not convinced that he can be very helpful from where he's standing as Pegula's trying to return. He's sort of in no man's land between the service line and the baseline. And what the really great doubles players do is just put that pressure on with their body language before the point even starts.
Slightly tentative first volley, wasn't it? Give Jack Draper that much time on his forehand, you could be in trouble. How much of the last couple of months was from Jack's perspective, Laura, about getting a refresh? Because we know at times that, I think if we're being honest, the travel for him has not always been the easiest side of it. Do you think he's been able to sort of just get a bit of time to himself over the last couple of months as well to reset a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, he had such a heavy-duty spring, and then it went straight from the clay court season into what was a huge amount of pressure over the grass for British #1.
Jack Draper to serve.
All of a sudden he's in the top 5, and there was all these expectations, and I'm sure mentally that takes it out of you.
Next, second service.
That's why Alcaraz's movement is so effective.
Love 15.
Because you could just see Jack wasn't quite sure exactly where the Spaniard was going as he struck that ball.
Always quite nice when you've got a lefty in a doubles partnership on the ad side. The amount of movement that he can get Alcaraz moving outside of the court leaves a wide open space.
13-15.
Draper initially getting the great depth off the first volley.
40-15.
The ability here to take the pace out of the second one.
Such a well-placed volley from Pegula. She just looks so comfortable.
2 games to love.
And just the fact that they're
First
doing the I formation on the first serve. Maybe just gelling slightly better as a team so far.
And now Raducanu to serve.
Pegula, of course, who actually made the final of the mixed here 2 years ago with Austin Krajicek. She lost that year to Danilina and Helia Vara a couple of summers ago.
Love 15.
Pegula just saying to her camp, I haven't hit a ball yet.
James Trotman, of course, in the middle there. Matt Little, Shane on the right, the physio.
That was Jess's ball, wasn't it?
15 on.
He got excited.
Yeah, Jack initially, when the mixed pairings were released, of course, was due to play with Qin Wenzheng until she was forced to withdraw due to injury.
He's not had a great go of it with partners.
Yeah, Paula Badosa, of course, was then slotted in alongside Jack. Injury meant that she was forced to miss the US Open as well.
Team Alcaraz. And of course, Pegula was due to play with Tommy Paul, and they know each other incredibly well. I think would have been a really formidable pair, but unfortunately he had to withdraw.
Draper's reaction's just not quite sharp enough.
30 all.
The Spaniard fresh from winning his 6th title of his season yesterday. In rather unfortunate circumstances, of course, with Jannik Sinner forced to retire in the final in Cincinnati.
C13.
Good to get on the board.
Too many balls get over the head of the Spaniard. And it's about as good as it gets up there.
Pegula Draper
His team
leads
have
2
got
games
something
to
to
1
work with
first
here.
set.
They find themselves, though, down a break 2-1. Raducanu losing to Sabalenka last week in Cincinnati in one of the longest matches of the year, wasn't it? 3.5 hours close on.
Super entertaining.
Some of the toughest conditions as well. It was very hot and very humid, as it so often can be down in Cincinnati last week.
I've enjoyed watching some of these teams discuss tactics at the change of ends. Who wants to take the lead?
Time.
A few of the teams actually managed to practice over the last few days. I saw Rublev and Mukova on court yesterday. They warmed up together along with Venus Williams and Opelka, but of course, in the case of Alcaraz, he hasn't even been here. He's had no chance.
Jessica Pegula to serve.
Figuring it out as they go.
Love 15.
It's a good move from Alcaraz. I just still feel that Draper maybe needs to be a touch closer to the net. You see him still trying to take a little bit of a big swing on the forehand volley. And you just need to keep it as compact as possible because you've got no time to work with.
Fifteen all.
Thought she had made it, but
30-15.
it was just missed by a fraction. Too many in the ladies' draw, ladies' side of things in the mix that are as competent as Pegula are there in terms of the all-court game. That's the amount of doubles that she has played. Player with very few obvious holes in her game, undoubtedly.
Chance.
40-30.
Alcaraz committed to it so early on.
Let first service.
Yeah, Alcaraz actually playing doubles for the first time since the Davis Cup finals last year in Malaga. And he lost at Marcel Granollers in the quarterfinal.
Again, Pegula Draper.
It's Pegula and Draper though. They've just kept things a
Pegula
little
Draper
bit tidier out there in
3-1
these
first
opening
set.
4 games. reminder, do head to usopen.org if you haven't already. You can stay connected to the US Open on Facebook, on X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube and WhatsApp. Join the conversation with the hashtag US Open.
Fifteen long.
That's lovely.
That's 11.
Nice change of pace off the first serve as well, wasn't it? Just took the kicker into play, got the ball up a little bit higher on Pegula.
Forty long.
Raducanu just getting a little bit more involved. The opportunity's been there at the net.
Pegula,
Jack Draper though will try and
3
serve
games to 2,
for
first
the
set.
opener here at 3-2.
Great atmosphere out on both stadium courts today for the mixed. Fans with the ability to enter Armstrong Stadium with a ground pass. Out there at the moment. My dark horses for the title, actually, Taylor Townsend and Ben Shelton. They're going to be a really tough pairing.
Time.
To get out of the way of it, did Pegula. Unfortunately, from her perspective, the ball just dipped in time. That was actually the shot that put the opposition in some trouble. Raducanu was then always the favourite with the drive volley. Where Alcaraz is hitting that return from. That's the challenge, the point you made earlier on.
Yeah, even if he gets the return back in play, it has to be placed perfectly because Pegula is so good at closing down that net.
Let's first service.
And then you've got Draper coming in for the serve and volley as well, which we actually haven't really seen from Alcaraz. It's a tough one when you're a singles player and you know the patterns that you perhaps should be playing in the mixed, but unless it feels natural, then you're probably just better off playing your own game. But on the guys' service, especially in mixed, it does make sense to serve and volley. you just take away all that time away from your opponents.
Poorly done. Raducanu may be looking for the cross, but as a result just left a little bit too much of the line open. It's been an excellent 20 minutes or so as Draper looks to shut the gates here. Best saw the space and had the ability to exploit it.
He's happy with that one.
Use
it was the right move
point
from Pegula, but against someone as quick as Carlos, it has to be perfection.
All the best volleys in the world have the ability to take pace out of the ball. He very much fits that bill. Was there just a little bit of indecision?
Pegula, Draper.
Alcaraz can't believe he's missed it.
4 games to 2.
The set started with a break, and that was enough. You'd have put a fair bit of money, I think, on the Spaniard making that forehand, wouldn't you? Even if there was just a little bit of hesitation there.
Yeah, he was eager, that's for sure. It didn't have to be quite so good, but I mean, a pretty even set. Just the first serve points won for Pegula. Draper edging that for them. And it goes so quickly, though, in this format, fast fought and the sudden death juice. So the minute you've got a chance and they're able to capitalise on it, it feels like it's almost set over. I'm surprised by how well Pegula and Draper are playing together. I don't know that they'd even spoken before this week.
I think Jess is obviously such a warm individual. She's not, again, I'm only speaking just sort of hypothesising, but she's obviously had success at the United Cup, hasn't she, with Fritz and Tiafoe. You just get the impression that her personality lends itself to being quite easy to get on with, if that's one way of putting it.
Oh, for sure. She's so laid back, so easygoing. Doesn't get too worked up, which is always a quality in a doubles partner as well. Who she was partnered up with, you would have thought that Pegula was going to have a good chance to do well in this mixed doubles event.
Yeah, plays a lot of golf these days, does Jess. A sport that I believe she's recently taken up. Something that keeps her busy off the court.
Time. Second set.
So the top seeds
Raducanu to serve.
halfway towards reaching the quarterfinals here in the mixed.
Love 15.
I'm sure Jack's coach, James Trotman, is watching a few of these points thinking, this would be nice to see in a bit of singles.
Fifteen all. Thirty 15.
Focus on Raducanu's serve, isn't there, over the course of the last few weeks? Is it an improved version of it, Laura, than it was maybe a few months ago?
Yeah, she's always someone to tinker with the technique no matter what the shot is, but especially on the serve, just making it a little bit more fluid. Of course, new coach in her camp as well.
40 15.
Teaming up with Francisco Roig, of course, in the last couple of weeks.
Pretty decent start in Cincy.
Yeah, then off the back of a summer, of course, alongside Mark Petchey.
Oh. 40-30. Use deciding point.
To any player that has played Jess Pegula, the one thing they'll talk about is the depth of the ball that she keeps. It's pretty flat, and she can hit the ball with a lot of good length. That was a prime example right there. Very tough to do anything off that. Here's another chance for an early break.
Raducanu, Alcaraz.
An important save, you feel, potentially in the big picture here. As Alcaraz and Raducanu
First game, second
secure
set.
the opening game of the second.
New balls, please.
And they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, that point was the perfect example of what you were talking about. Pegula's shot's so low over the net. It's so tough to change up the rhythm of that pace. But Raducanu just doing a great job of creating some width.
Such a good body serve.
15 long.
Raducanu just simply unable to make enough space to do anything off the return.
That's a pretty good +1 shot that she's just played there.
Hedges hasn't played quite as much doubles this year. She's played 8 events in doubles, all in this season. Actually played a fair few of those with Aisling Kruger, who's had a good season. Another young American on the up.
So much of her partnership with Coco Gauff was because of the Olympics. They wanted to partner up there and do well. Things didn't quite go as they'd hoped in Paris, but that was always due to be their sort of natural end point, as it's so difficult to play singles, doubles every week, especially when you're consistently making semis and finals in their case.
Fairly certain Raducanu had actually given up on the point before her partner came to the rescue.
We have to see this again.
Look at Emma, her face has gone down.
She was walking to the change.
She was thinking it was over.
That is ridiculous.
One game on, second set.
Just a reminder of the winners so far in the mixed. Defending champions have had a good day. Irani and Vavasori. They've beaten Raducanu and Fritz and Mukova and Rublev. They're all into the semis already. And a good day as well for Iga Swiatek and Casper Ruud. Beat Keys and Tiafo, and then McNally and Massetti. They lost, in fact, a total of 6 games. Pegula just got caught, just maybe making the move in just a fraction late.
15-9.
Ended up having to pick one off her toes. It was a challenging situation.
Speaking a little earlier about serve and volley, especially on the guy's serve, you just feel like Alcaraz is perhaps leaving too much space for the returner to choose from. He's gone for it there, but he's playing the first volley still behind the service line because he's not quite committing to it enough.
Sometimes Alcaraz, as we know, as great a player as he is, if there's one element that isn't quite as good sometimes as it can be, is his ability to hit his spots on the serve, and that was the case there. Draper with a relatively straightforward return.
Draper was actually asking Pegula in between the first and second serve, do you want me to go up, stay back?
Such a difference, isn't there, for players that aren't quite as comfortable when they're forced to defend the net. And that was a great example there. You could see Emma just not comfortable with the ball coming at her as she's backing off to an uncomfortable height, and she looks exposed. Here's another chance for a break for the top seeds. That was a little untidy from the former singles champion here. It's a set and a break for the top-seeded pair.
And 1 set to love. Time.
So the only pair of singles champions in the draw are in a bit of peril here. They need a break.
15 love.
They're not going to get one if Draper continues to serve as he has been. Adjustments for the returner, for the singles returner. Obviously, we know there's less space to work with, but from your perspective as a returner, I guess technically, what are the differences in doubles?
I think in doubles, especially in mixed, you can't afford as much to go for that chip return that you can get away with so often in singles. It's a great hold, but so often the really fast, quick hands doubles pairings, they just close down the net so fast that you can't go for the chip, so that you actually just have to pick your spot before they've even gone to serve and say, I'm just going to either go line before the point has started, and you tell your partner so that they can at least make an adjustment with their movement. But it does feel like as a returner you've got far less space.
15
staying
love.
for the racket of Jack Draper, who does not look like a man who hasn't competed for 2 months out here. Very sharp indeed. Pegula's heavy return has been a thorn in this pair's side.
It just stays so low that that third ball of the rally as a server, you almost have to hit up on it. And it's just allowing the net player to really get on top of things.
15-13.
Draper's move, a comprehensive finish.
15-14.
He has been excellent. Breaking the opening game really did set the tone. They've got a handful of match points here.
Thank you.
First ace for the team.
Deciding point.
This will be a third, and for now, final opportunity. Pegula and Draper to move into the quarterfinals.
Alcaraz.
To keep his team afloat. They haven't so far been able to make much of an impression on return.
3 games to 2,
That'll
second
have to
set,
change
and
here.
1 set to long.
It's a set 3-2.
They've had good vibes, haven't they?
Same age, of course. Grew up playing juniors together, didn't they? So they've known each other a long time. Good news from their perspective is from Pegula to serve here, so they will hopefully get a little bit more of a look.
Yeah, very important to keep the
Time.
first serve percentage high here if you're Pegula.
Yeah, they've won 14 of 17 first serve points in this match of Pegula and Draper. The American serving for a victory. profitable move.
La 15.
Let's look at the off-the-ball movement here. Look how quickly he sees the opportunity to get involved.
Oh, that was a chance. He knew it. Hitting from Pegula.
40-15.
Skimming off the baseline. And Jack actually could have gone one earlier, you feel.
Well, for a man who hasn't played a ton of doubles in the last couple of years, Draper's movement in the forecourt today really has been outstanding. Top seeds seem to be in control of. Well, it's rather slipped through their hands.
30 all.
One of the best points of the match so far.
She saw the move early this time, and you could see Alcaraz creeping closer and closer to cover that net ball.
And look how long she waited as well,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was the hold on the ball. She waited for Alcaraz to go and exploited the space. It's another match point here.
This is good stuff.
Deciding points.
Gender to gender on the deciding point, so Raducanu will be the one to return.
Thank you. Pegula, Draper.
Quite an outstanding last game.
4-2-14.
And the top seeds move into the quarter-finals here in the mixed. The only pair of singles champions in the draw here.